Welcome back to the Popcorn Hour. I'm Matt, and this is James, and this is our Criterion of the month, and we are doing RoboCop. Did you bring the movie?
No, I did not bring it.
Okay.
But this is like one of the more rare Criterions that I've tried to get my hands on, and I couldn't find it.
It's a very popular movie, so I think I looked on the Criterion website.
And they're expensive. On the Criterion website, it's like $90.
Yeah, but I did try to get it for you for like your birthday or Christmas, but it was always sold out. Always.
Yeah. And then I found one for like $10, and there was one left, and I was like,
on Amazon?
I'm buying it. Yeah. And it did not disappoint. That is, I don't know if it's my favorite Criterion that I have. Asked me like 15 years ago, I would have been like, oh yeah, that would have been number one. But it's a great movie.
Yeah. Well, now you got Thief, and you talk about Thief a lot.
I like Thief.
Yeah, you do.
A lot. Well, actually, the director of this movie, I never know how to pronounce his last name. Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah.
He also did like Total Recall, and he did my favorite adaptation of The Invisible Man, Hollow Man. I feel like that movie's not talked about enough. It's not like perfect, but it's...
I think they just put that on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it the other day, and I was like, I'm going to need to watch it.
Okay. Well, I haven't watched anything other than RoboCop, so...
I watched a little bit of regular show.
Oh, there you go. All right, I guess we watched, our show Rizzoli and Isles, and then we were going to start the new show with John Bernthal, His and Hers, which is actually part of a film in Dahlonega. I didn't know that. That's cool.
I watched like an episode or two with Mom and Dad.
Oh, okay. Is it good? We started it, but it was like 10 o'clock at night. And we were like,
it was kind of like Roofman. I was like, oh, I know where that is. I was like, oh, I live like 5 feet away from that place.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Because we watched the trailer and I didn't see any. It was mostly woods in the trailer, or like a cityscape, and I was like, "That's not Dahlonega at all." So yeah, Dahlonega has a lot of.
They have like a lot of like Hallmark movies.
Yeah, they film Hallmark movies and stuff, and like they'll film Hallmark movies in the summertime, and it'll be like a winter movie, and so it's super hot here in Georgia, and they'll be wearing puffer jackets and sweating and.
Yeah, Zac Efron did like a movie or something there. Who else? Mark Wahlberg did a film part of like Father Stew around here. There's like a milkshake place that's nearby that everyone was like freaking out because he was over there. This was like jam packed.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, and what's his name? Rob Lowe.
Oh, yeah.
I think they filmed that like firefighter show that he's on. It might have been something else.
It was probably something else because that Elizabeth watched that firefighter show, and I did not. I watched a decent amount of it, and I didn't see anything regarding where we were. So, yeah, it was probably something else.
Something.
He probably did one of those Netflix Christmas movies or something. I think he has. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate those with a passion.
I do too.
All right.
Really bad acting.
Initial thoughts. I mean, it's kind of hard to have initial thoughts. I like one day when I was a kid, I was like, "Dad, what's a movie you liked as a kid?" He's like, "I don't know. You'd probably like RoboCop." And I watched it on repeat.
Yeah, I mean, I watched RoboCop a long time ago, and it's been a long time since I've seen it. So when I watched it last night, things started to kind of come back, and I was like, okay. But it's still a very good movie. The only thing that like is just a product of its time with like CGI
some of the stuff
and visual effects and stuff is just kind of wonky.
Yeah,
but
there's like the stop motion stuff is kind of what really will take you out of it.
Yes,
but kind of leading into the visual effects, I will say the visual effects, like makeup and stuff, is amazing.
Yeah,
like when Alex Murphy gets shot and killed, that's like, it's just amazing. Like, it's just textbook. Everything they did was perfect. They they didn't have the budget that they needed, and they're like, we're not gonna be able to film the rest of this movie. So they took the rest of the budget, and then they did that scene with the budget, and they're like, "This is what we did with the rest of the budget. And, like, we don't have really much. We don't have a lot of money. We need more money to do this movie." And they did put all of it into that scene, and it looked so good that the producers were like, "This looks very, very real," and they gave them a higher budget.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Then they redid it.
Okay. What I do like about RoboCop is
It's not a happy ending.
No, but I like dystopian movies, but what I really liked about this was it's technically a dystopian futuristic type of movie, but it doesn't look at all dystopian.
You just kind of feel the like dystopian-ish.
Yeah, it's more so like some of the dialogue when they're talking about like old Detroit and they're turning into like a new Detroit city or something like that. That's when you're like, okay, this is textbook dystopian type of environment, but it doesn't look like it at all.
They don't like acknowledge it or like really talk about it. It's just kind of like they accept it and they're just in it.
Yeah,
and they don't like bring it up. They're like, oh, look how our like police uniforms look very different. They're just kind of like, this is how it is. This is what this world is.
Yeah, but then like
so it doesn't really take you out. It immediately just sucks you in and you don't even realize.
Yeah, and then even like like the main villains is like that corporation and stuff like that, but which gives it away that it's a dystopian because that's always like what the villain is like a huge corporation that are trying to change things for their benefit and not necessarily for everybody else's. But it was still very different than like The Running Man, or Total Recall. So that
or like Judge Dredd,
yeah,
Blade Runner, whatever.
Yeah, but I liked it a lot, and now that I watch this one, I'll go back and rewatch like the other ones.
2 is really good. 2 definitely has the most like emotional connect, and then 3 is just bad. Peter Weller's not even the main actor. He's not even Alex Murphy anymore.
Yeah.
But something that is really interesting is a couple years ago they released a RoboCop game called RoboCop Rogue City. It's pretty good. It's really enjoyable. But the guy from the first RoboCop movie that gets like crashed, he goes into the toxic waste thing and he comes out like a mutant looking guy. Apparently he has a brother, and his brother is the main villain of the game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just lost my train of thought.
The mutated guy?
No.
The game?
No.
The brother?
No. I don't know. I might think of it later. Yeah, do you want to go ahead and just get into this then?
Yeah.
Okay. So, spoilers. I mean, we kind of gave some stuff away, but not much. So, spoilers from now on. So, if you've never watched RoboCop, came out in 1987. It was directed by, say his name?
Paul Verhoeven.
Yep, there you go. Genre, science fiction, action, satire. English is the language. Runtime, only 102 minutes, which I expected it to be longer. I remember it being longer.
Yeah, I remember, like, when I watched it, I think there was probably a while where I hadn't watched it, and then I watched it again over COVID. I remember just feeling like this movie felt long, and I watched it this time, and I was like, this movie felt pretty short.
Yeah. But plot summary: in a crime-ridden dystopian Detroit, police officer Alex Murphy is brutally murdered in the line of duty. Megacorporation Omni Consumer Products (OCP) resurrects him as RoboCop, a cybernetic law enforcer designed to restore order. As RoboCop enforces the law with ruthless efficiency, fragments of Murphy's humanity begin to resurface, forcing him to confront his past, his creators, and the corruption that controls the city. Okay, now I want to start off with the boardroom meeting.
Yeah.
Because
scene is crazy.
It's a bit much.
Yeah.
But it is cool.
Yeah.
Like that's where I first was like, okay, the visual effects stuff
so,
is weird.
Like there are versions of the movie where they like remastered versions with that scene, and like the other scenes with the like mecha thing. They actually like smooth it in between frames, so it's like it looks real and it's not choppy or whatever. But watching that version almost just takes me out of it.
Really?
Yeah, but watching the original with the stop motion thing, it just kind of like
Yeah.
this is.
I mean, it's a movie from the '80s, so like I feel like you kind of have to stick with the.
But they did really good
had.
with the lighting, like making the lighting on the thing like look accurate.
Yeah.
With it, and the full size one that's like just idle in the background, just sitting there, looks just the same as the stop motion one.
Yeah.
It looks pretty impressive.
And then when the machine
kills the guy,
it's way overkill.
Yeah.
But the makeup and the everything that they used on him
the pop
was very interesting.
They're
because like he gets shot with a shotgun, but it's not.
Yeah. That was the one issue that a lot of people had with the remake is those like mecha things. They shot like thousands of rounds, but it was almost like they were just like pebbles. So they just didn't really have any like power.
Yeah.
But they looked powerful, so it was just weird in the remake. I will say with the remake, I feel like the motives of OCP make more sense.
Okay.
Because in this one, I feel like there's a bit of a plot hole. It's like, okay, why did they make him? And because
there's almost not, because I mean,
because it's not for like a publicity thing. It's not to like actually stop crime because they don't. Yeah, they don't. They're not going to profit off him, and he's trying to take down the gang that killed him. But they work for OCP, so it's like, why would they make this guy?
Yeah, I mean, it was clear that they made it to where he should not be able to remember anything, and he's a completely blank slate, which is fine. So, I mean, I guess it would be for profit if they were to successfully do it and then sold it to other cities or even the military itself. Just as like RoboCops or Robo Soldiers or whatever they would call them or whatever. So I guess that could be like their why. But the boardroom scene, it's almost aside from the obvious, like, oh, they're creating like a machine to take over like cops and stuff.
Yeah,
like
you can immediately tell that like who is who because the guy just dies and then two people are sitting in the back just like, okay, so how much is this gonna like cost to handle or like deal with? Like they're really like just kind of like, oh my god, now we have to like clean this up.
Yeah, but also like it's clear that that something's not gonna go right with this. So like obviously they're probably the villains, but it's after the guy gets shot that everybody's scared for themselves, but nobody's like super distraught or like nobody screams.
Everyone's scared for their own well-being.
Yeah, but everybody
not the fact that a guy just got honed down. Yeah,
and so that's clear. Like, or you have some psychopath type of tendencies, so you guys are kind of bad guys if you're just gonna allow this to take place. And now they're just like, oh, like how are you gonna fix this? So yeah,
I always thought that the relationship that we don't really see, but between Alex Murphy and his kid. Always reminded me of Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, yeah. Where he's watching the TV show,
the like TJ Laser or whatever it was, and he's like doing the flip, and then, I got it. What's her name? Lewis. Lewis she like walks out with the coffee or whatever, and she's like, "It's a pretty cool trick, Murphy." And he's like, "Yeah, my kid like watches it or whatever," and she's like, "Oh, you're doing it because your kid thinks it's cool," and he's like, I get enjoyment out of it.
Yeah. Well, it's good foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Because that's
how she identifies him.
Yeah. It was good foreshadowing and it was a good moment to make for that. An issue.
But I do like how like the one part of like his humanity was like the muscle memory like that he like from his kid.
Yeah. An issue I have that scene reminded me of was when he is shooting at the range.
I was thinking 21 Jump Street.
I was irritated with the fact that they like he didn't need to change magazines or anything like that. They didn't show that, and they didn't show like how he just has like a plethora of bullets and doesn't need to change anything or whatever. Like where is it coming from? For me, that I needed that.
Yeah, it's a little
It's
weird.
not that big of a deal at all, but I would have liked some explanation as to why that happens.
I do think one thing that I'd never hear anyone talk about, but I don't understand why, is the physicality of Peter Weller. Like, he moves, looks, talks, like, he fully becomes, like, a robot. Like, even, like, his eyes, there's completely just forward blank expression. And, like, no one ever talks about, like, the physicality of, like, what he did and how amazing it looked on screen.
Yeah, it was clear that he did a good job
like,
being a robot.
Like, he did amazing at becoming, like, a robot. And one thing, like, with this is he doesn't, like, become a person in these movies. He, like, is kind of accepted that he is a machine and his brain, he's not who his body was. He's now a product.
Yeah, well, I like how he was able to, like, turn his body and then his head.
Yeah.
And it
felt more
very
human.
robotic, but it worked. It looked so well for it being 70 or 87.
Yeah, and especially the makeup with, like, it looks like his skin is like peeled over the thing. Like, that just looks.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to know how much of his body was, like, salvaged, because we do see that in the remake. We see what's left is his, like, lungs, his brain, and his hand.
Yeah.
And then in this, we hear that they salvaged the left arm. And he was like, and they're like, what? No, just cut it off.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a little far-fetched, like, when Alex Murphy does get shot and killed and stuff like that he's, like, somehow still alive, and there's no, like, the hospital scene where they're trying to work on him.
Yeah.
Like, seems very accurate I'm not a doctor, but it seems very accurate based off of, like, other medical shows that I've watched that talk about, like, somebody in that kind of state and trying to fix them, like, all the medical terms used and stuff like that. Really good for that time.
I do like how they immediately go into a first person perspective.
Oh, yeah.
Almost like we're just seeing what he's seeing, and then we almost feel the same thing. Like, we almost forget what had happened, and you're just kind of like, what is happening now? And then you're just confused and lost. You almost feel like him. Yeah. And then everyone's, like, moving you around, and you almost feel like you feel like a zoo animal.
Yeah, or, like, you're not. They pretend like you're not there. And so, like, all these people are having, like, a New Year's party, and then it's like, or celebrating or whatever.
And he's just stuck sitting there.
And he has no idea what's going on or anything like that.
Which why I think the second one is really cool is because the villain, not gonna, like, spoil whatever, but the villain does something to where it ends up what's, like, he's transforming himself, and what's left is his brain and eyes in a jar, and his eyes are moving, which means he's fully conscious. But and then I saw a video of, like, someone talking about it, and they're like, imagine how terrifying that would be. Like, if you're literally, you know that you're just a brain and eyes in a jar, can't talk, you can't communicate, all you can do is move your eyes.
Yeah, or you don't necessarily know that you're just a brain and eyes in a jar, and you're trying to move your body parts, and they're not there.
Yeah, that's
and you have no idea what's going on, and when
weird.
he's talking to you or anything like that. Like, that's very frightening.
Yeah.
But I do like the first person point of view throughout the entire movie. Like, it's a nice touch, especially in the emotional moments, like when he goes back to his house.
Yeah.
It's very, very emotional, and then you see he turns the corner, and then it switches to, like, when he used to live there and going through a memory. It was very emotional and very well done.
Yeah, I think it's kind of it's like it's a very weird technique that I really can't think of a lot of projects that would, like, do something like that. But in, like, Taxi Driver, there's a scene where Travis Bickle is on the phone talking to his parents, and then the camera just trucks down the hall and just looks outside. We walk away from him because, like Martin Scorsese said, it's too hard it's like too hard for Travis, so it's too hard for the audience to watch. So we just step away, and it's just too hard for us. So we kind of ignore it, and we're trying to figure out how to process it. But with this, it's like you're putting you as the viewer are now Alex Murphy, and, like, you're feeling what he's feeling, like, almost like these feelings of nostalgia, and just like, oh, it's gone. Like, I'm not, like, he's not who he was.
Right.
And I that's one thing that I really like about this is he never gets a happy ending like about that part of him, like that he's never going to be Alex Murphy again. He's always going to be a product of OCP.
Yep. RoboCop. I will say.
I love the score.
Yes.
It's such a classic theme and just
very 80s.
It's just amazing. Very like it's weird because a lot of this movie reminds me of the Terminator.
Yeah.
Like his vision is literally a green version of the Terminator. It's got the grid thing, the tracking thing, the facial tracking stuff, and then even the score and the theme kind of sounds similar. It's just this one's a little more like hopeful.
All those movies in the 80s and stuff were all like reused and revamped a little bit or tweaked a little bit to sound different, but they were pretty much all the same. And like I feel like if you're really good at like reading music or listening to music, there probably is like a slight difference, but like you're not gonna notice it.
Yeah, it's
the
like
average viewer is gonna feel like it's the same.
Yeah, it's like how the Spider-Man theme, like each live action Spider-Man, their theme is it literally is the original Spider-Man theme. They're all just like slight remixes of it.
Yeah, or even like Superman, like the James Gunn Superman kind of redid Christopher Reeve Superman.
Yeah, he like remastered or that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, this movie's just it's packed with one-liners, like everywhere. Like every line that RoboCop says, just a one-liner. Come quietly, or there will be trouble.
Yes.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me. I mean, I'd buy that for $1, even though he doesn't say that. But like, I'd buy that for $1. I don't know why. And that's just that to me. That's very similar to the "Keep the change, you filthy animal." Like a made-up just thing in this world. I love the world building in this though. Like the thing about the car. The second one, the stuff about like all the whatever that drug was. Nooks or something
like that, yeah.
Or Nuke or whatever. I think it was Nuke.
Nuke, yeah, it's Nuke.
Yeah. Like Nuke and all that stuff. Like just the world building is just amazing. And even in the game, it's so cool to like walk around Detroit or whatever because you are going to the same locations in the movie, and you're literally stepping into the world. In the game, it just feels exactly like that, and so it's just so cool.
Yeah, I did
to experience it like firsthand.
That reminded me the opening where it's just like he's flipping through there's channel flipping and like everything.
I
is
do
just
like
very,
that a lot.
Corny and very much kind of like old school daytime television, where it's not great or really good. Or like the commercials are kind of bad acting and they're dumb and
it's like for a product that people really just don't need.
Yeah, the product hooks aren't like they wouldn't work today.
Yeah,
but it's funny. I liked it. Yeah,
they're like, here's a water bottle opener.
Yeah,
it's like okay.
Or the heart commercial.
Yeah,
where like they still have those types of like commercials, but they're more so like pharmaceuticals and not necessarily like get the surgery to replace your heart now.
Yeah,
just call us. Yeah, it's kind of overdone a little bit, but it works. I did remember what I was gonna say earlier. The remake. I did like the remake at all.
I like the remake.
I did. Maybe I need to watch it again, but I remember I've only seen it one time, but I didn't care for it at all. But I will say, while this version of RoboCop, his look, very iconic, very cool, but the remake, this one's not cool. It's iconic, which makes it cool.
It's iconic, which makes it cool. But like it's
practicality.
Yeah,
it doesn't. Make
it also
sense.
doesn't make. I like the thought of him
clunky.
Being slow. I do like the thought of that, but I feel like it makes more sense, like in the game, because like in the game, like you fully, like kick through walls, and then like you're grabbing people through walls, you're like punching people like 40 feet back, and he does that. Like the only time you see it in the first movie is the bank robbery.
Yes.
Where like it makes sense that he's so slow is because he's just like, he is like he's an unstoppable force, and he like is literally just like a hydraulic press.
Yes, yeah, literally.
Like his legs are like hydraulic presses, and then he just kicks through walls. Like it's makes sense that he's slow, but then in the new one, like you feel that he's like heavy, but you don't really like see a lot of like power with it. But I will say the black suit in the new one,
Very sleek, very.
I do hate it.
Really?
I hate the black. I do think the black makes more sense, and it's really cool. There's like a version that they showed where he has like little lights on his shoulders. Okay, I get this. The thing that I hate about it is the chest.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
On the black suit, the chest has like, it's not a chest. I don't know how to like. It's got this weird thing in the center. Looks off. The silver suit looks amazing. I like the silver suit in the remake, but if the silver suit was black, and then they still did the red like beam,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I think.
And actually, in the remake, they show like quick glimpses of like different suit designs, like one that's more Hulkbustery, and that one looks really cool. But then they do show like like if they literally took the original one and modernized it, like they show a version of that, and it looks really cool.
Yeah, I never caught that. I've only seen it once, so maybe I'll watch it again.
It's got a stacked cast: Gary Oldman, Michael Keaton, obviously, what's his name?
Yeah, I never remember his name. I saw him in Hawaii one time.
Yeah,
Nobody
always
believed me that it was him.
I can never pronounce his last name.
Let me see. What year did that come out?
14. I'm just thinking of a director. Say his first name, I'll get it.
Today, my computer's about to die, but
Oh,
Joel
Kinnaman. Joel Kinnaman, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he did pretty good as like the role. I mean, the story was just kind of like a little flat on that one.
Some of his just like.
They changed the story a
what
lot.
he's in.
Really?
Yeah. Like I think he did a good job as Rick Flag. But there was a cop show that he was on that I did not like.
I liked Silent Night. It was cool, I guess.
Yeah.
It was something. I don't know if I'll
No,
watch
I
it
didn't
again
like that.
anytime
I
soon.
didn't like that movie at all.
I didn't like the third act. There was a lot of stuff that just kind of like the plot kind of messed up everything for the story.
I did not like that movie whatsoever.
I liked it, but it could have been a lot better.
Yeah.
But I will say that the like impact that this movie has had like over time, it feels less significant now. That's probably because I've seen this so many times. And I feel like the movie had more than I remember. But like it's still just a classic.
It is, yeah. It's a classic movie that'll live on forever. I mean, it's a Criterion, so
Yeah, like especially the scenes where people are realizing who he is. But there's not like the one thing that I kind of like upset me about like those scenes is what's his name? Clarence. Clarence and RoboCop never have a moment where Clarence realizes who he is. And I feel like that would have.
But
That would have been something.
The first guy that he runs into that's
At the gas
at the
station?
gas station, like immediately knows
Yeah.
who he is. But to me,
Because he says the dead or alive, you're coming with me.
oh, okay.
Because he said that in the place,
Yes.
and he's like, we killed you.
Yeah, okay. That makes.
But
that makes
then I
more
feel
sense.
like there was no scene where he tells Clarence that. Like I feel like if you see a guy that you guys killed and now he is a Terminator, I feel like you would be like immediately go back like, yo, he's back and
Yeah.
he's a robot.
And it doesn't make sense. One thing that I think is cool about this movie is, as you're watching it throughout, it almost feels like RoboCop is gonna turn evil and kind of shy away from justice altogether, and then like he gains his humanity back towards the end, and chooses justice overall.
He accepts. He kind of accepts who he was, which is a weird thing that you wouldn't like expect with like this type of movie, because the remake is they flipped the theme where he's trying to accept who he is now. But with this, it's it's weird because in every movie it's growth and development, so it's always like accepting what they are now, like with like Cyborg in Justice League. In the Justice League movie, he's trying to accept who he is now, or any like superhero thing, they're accepting who they are now, or these types of movies. But this is the opposite. He's like trying to accept who he was,
Right. Yeah.
and that I feel like that sets it apart from a lot of other stuff like this.
I I enjoyed all the flashback scenes with him and his family and stuff, but I kind of wish we got a little bit more of how, like before the accident, kind of like him going to work for the first time in
Yeah.
this new division, of like how his family dynamic is, because the flashbacks make it seem like, he was a good husband and stuff like that, but it's kind of known in like Hollywood sense that cops aren't good at having families, and like they're never there. They're have a strain with their spouse, and like don't have a really good relationship
There's
with
always
their
a
kids.
case.
There's always a case and stuff like that, and uh Murphy always just seems like the type, like the go-getter, like chooses work over above all else. And you don't really get that feeling with the flashbacks and stuff, but part of me wants to know if he's remembering that correctly. So like I kind of wish we got like
I do think it's his perspective,
yeah.
because I mean we're literally watching it from his perspective, so I think we're just watching it how he saw it and how he felt.
Yeah, but I kind of wish we would have got like that. Like he's going off to work for his first day at a new division, and see how like that family dynamic is in real life, instead of just seeing it through his eyes of memories, because everybody always has like can have warped memories of like what actually took place. So maybe it's like he's remembering the good stuff, but there might have been like a lot of bad stuff that happened too. Not necessarily like in a bad way, but like not a very good husband and father type of dynamic.
One thing that I would like to have seen, like if I was uh, the director Paul, one thing that I would like to have like maybe experimented with is the flashback scene where he's walking through the house, where because it shows them taking a family photo, but if it like during that family photo, once it like flashes, then we leave the first person perspective and we see him standing where he was in the picture, and then we like because of how well Peter Weller's physicality was, I think he easily would have been able to pull off, like if we just cut back to his face. We don't see his eyes, all we see is his lower half of his mouth, but we could still like feel what he's feeling. Like we're trying to like sympathize with him, and I feel like that would have been interesting to take the camera out, and it's still Murphy, still him in exactly where he's standing. He's still the same person, but he's not at all. So I think that would have been a really interesting way to experiment with it. But it might have been weird, might have taken me out of it, because it's going from a first person perspective with all these like flashbacks and all these scenes, and then all of a sudden taking you out might just cut the emotion.
Yeah.
But I think that would have been something interesting. Actually, there's a really cool story of that Peter Weller talks about. It's him and Paul. They were at the the factory place, and he had a couple of Oreos. The director, and then he's like, "You hand me an Oreo?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Robo wants an Oreo," and he's like, "Robo can't have an Oreo." So and then apparently he put all of them in his mouth, and then like leaned over the edge and was like eating them, and all the crumbs were like falling down like the thing. And then apparently like Peter Weller like leaned over the edge and just like screamed, "Robo wants an Oreo."
That's funny. Yeah.
And there's a clip of like an interview with him talking about it, and then he's like talking about it. He's like, "Oh my god, this guy with his Oreos, he always just has Oreos for some reason."
For me, since I haven't watched this as much as you have, Peter Weller is more so as I was watching it this time, I'm like,
You just hear Batman,
no, I hear,
because he was the Dark Knight Returns Batman.
yeah, no, I see him as the corrupt cop in Sons of Anarchy, the later seasons. Yeah, where he's just like a total just horrible person, really, but like has like good tendencies in Sons of Anarchy, and then Charlie Hunnam shoots him at the end, which is hilarious.
I really like Peter Weller. He's
Yeah.
he's like he's a really underrated actor, I feel like. And one thing I really liked in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, is that the Collector like kind of looks like RoboCop if RoboCop's suit was purple. And then they make a comment about it. Like Peter Quill's like, "Okay, RoboCop," and he's like, "What?" But like his skin is like stretched over the thing
Right.
the same way.
It's very similar. Very similar.
Mostly like the helmet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I do like the like scene where at the end he taking off his helmet, and it's it's a weird feeling because you're almost like, oh, we finally get to see him, and then he takes it off, and then you're just kind of like, it almost feels like you remember like, oh wait, this is a person, not like just a product.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, do you consider RoboCop a man, a machine, or a corporate property? Like, what is he more of?
He's a corporate property.
Okay, I was gonna say more of a machine. Definitely not a man.
He doesn't even like accept himself as a
No.
man entirely.
Yeah.
He accepts that his name is Alex Murphy, but he's just like, I'm a product of OCP.
Okay. Yeah. As I was doing research on this movie, like there's a few like interesting behind the scenes stuff, but like not as much as not as much as I had anticipated. Like the ones I was able to find was it was originally received as an X rating due to excessive violence.
Yeah, when I was watching it, I was gonna put it in my like review for it, but I was like, nah. And I was like, I don't know how this movie didn't get an X rating, and especially like if it was released today, I don't know how.
But like why?
Like the scene where he gets his like hand shot off and stuff.
Yeah, but like that's not as well. Maybe like for today's standards, it's really not as bad as like some stuff.
It was a little more like jarring and realistic. Like what is crazy to me is Taxi Driver. Wow, second time bringing it up with this, was rated X because of the ending scene.
Okay.
And then so apparently Martin Scorsese got really drunk and then came up with this whole plan to kill the executive producer or something.
Oh wow.
And then like realized he's like, oh wait, I'll just darken the blood so it doesn't look like blood, and that worked.
Okay.
But yeah, I was very surprised that this movie did not get an X rating.
So it did initially, but then they edited it so much in order to secure an R rating. But
I really want to see that uncut.
Yeah, according to the internet, it made it more impactful of all the editing to secure that R rating.
I guess that makes sense because it does seem like that they put a big focus on like those scenes with like how gruesome could they get, and I don't know. I guess it would be like if Terrifier like cut out half the stuff and then just strive for the plot. I guess that would be.
I mean, if Terrifier did that, it wouldn't be much of a movie.
No,
at all.
It'd be like a YouTube short.
Yeah. And I was surprised that the RoboCop suit only weighed 40 pounds. I expected it to weigh like close to 80. But yeah, I mean, because it seems like there was a lot of components to it.
Especially like the leg and stuff.
Yeah, I wonder how long it took him to like be in
the
hair
suit.
makeup. Yeah, because I feel like they would have taken a while to like secure all those pieces in and stuff like that. But because of that suit, shooting days were limited due to his exhaustion. So that's good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how much time like he spent in the suit.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I would assume it's like 15-hour days normal shooting days, so they maybe cut it to like 8, 7.
Yeah, his RoboCop there's like so much more RoboCop than like people realize. Like there is so many TV shows, and there's this whole thing with like they create several RoboCops, and it almost becomes like Hitman. You know, like Hitman at age of 47, and then there's like 51 or whatever, and like improving. There's like a show where they're doing that.
Oh.
And then his partner is also a RoboCop. That's one, and then there's a bunch of other like alternative RoboCop. Yeah, there's like a lot of like RoboCop media that not a lot of people know about.
Interesting. Huh. Yeah, so some fun facts that I found. The fake TV commercials at the end is it's a parody of the 1980s consumer culture. So there was a lot of those like crappy commercials back then. So and then it was initially dismissed as a dumb robot movie before becoming a sci-fi classic. And it spawned, like you said, sequels, TV series, comics, video games, and then the 2014 remake. So yeah, it's like RoboCop is iconic in the sense that there's so much RoboCop, so much, and then so many things reference RoboCop a lot too in movies and TV shows.
Like even Deadpool 2, when Colossus says, "Come quietly, or there will be trouble," and they're like, "You stole that from RoboCop."
Yes, yeah, and then, I mean, it's frequently cited as one of the greatest science fiction films ever made.
A lot of people like two more.
Interesting.
He does have this like really strange connection with this kid, because there's a kid that kind of looks like his kid, so it starts like it's weird, like seeing like a kid sell nuke and stuff.
I saw something, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it, but like Godzilla and King Kong, they have like they try to do like this whole multiverse type or giant universe.
I think I know what you're about to say.
What?
Should they do one with RoboCop?
Not necessarily just RoboCop, but like all dystopian, like iconic movies, RoboCop, Total Recall,
Running Man.
Dread, Running Man.
You know, honestly, I think Running Man and RoboCop would fit in like the same universe.
Yeah, like just
the corporation.
Yeah, RoboCop's chasing the Running Man.
Yeah, that would be interesting. But like, I feel like the whole thing with like Running Man, all these corporations taking over, everything is terrible. I feel like it would make sense if like this version of Detroit. I feel like that makes sense. Like I kind of imagine like each city kind of has a big corporation that kind of controls each part, and they have this weird like.
It's set up in territories.
Everyone has their own like monopoly.
Yeah.
And then I feel like that would make sense.
Would you be into a universe like that?
Not really.
No?
But I think it would be cool to like experiment with something. I don't know if movies would be the medium, but I also feel like Judge Dredd would probably also fit in Running Man. Could you imagine Running Man, but they're all being traced by dreads?
Yeah. What about Judge Dredd versus RoboCop? Kind of like Freddy versus Jason.
That'd be pretty cool in like a game, in like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
RoboCop versus Dredd. Honestly, that's not like a bad question of like which sci-fi characters would take down who. I think RoboCop comes out.
Maybe we can do an episode on that.
Who do you think would win, Dredd or RoboCop? Sylvester Stallone's Dredd.
Probably him.
Yeah.
I feel like he would be able to dismantle the robotic aspect of RoboCop, and with this version of RoboCop being slow and just I wouldn't say methodical, but not really.
He's really tanky though. Like
yeah.
Like he just won't go down. Like never once will just be down.
Yeah, but I think Dredd could probably find some equipment or weapons to take him down fairly easily. I think it would be a good battle. But yeah, I think Dredd would take that. Yeah.
I really do love the scene when all the like police are shooting at him and he's in the parking deck and he's just like falling like everywhere. And it's just so cool to me. I don't know why. Just seeing him just like he's being like shot up and like the only thing that he can do to get out is to just jump off of stuff. Just to jump off of a parking deck.
Yeah. Yeah.
That scene reminded me of like iRobot when Sonny gets outside and he's like running up the walls.
Oh yeah.
And they shoot him with the.
I don't like
net.
iRobot.
Really?
Yeah.
I like iRobot.
It's a little creepy to me.
I like iRobot.
It's okay.
Well, he does also have like the 3 laws, which is weird. I feel like iRobot took some from RoboCop.
Probably, most likely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Anything?
No. What's your rating?
I give it 3.5.
I think I also give it a 3.5. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
So iconic.
Just awesome. Just go watch it. If you haven't seen it, I don't know what's wrong with you. Go watch the second one too. And I don't care. You can go watch the third, I guess. Or in the remake.
Finish it.
Just watch all
I
of it.
think I might want to watch the remake to see if I
don't
like
hate the
it or
remake
not.
as much. It's just it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
No.
I do like how I don't know why. I used to like really like how he ran. Like he's like really slow. Yeah, and then he like starts to pick up and just gets like faster and faster and faster.
Almost in like a creepy way too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think it's his height
And
like
then
his
the
skinniness of it, and then the robotic aspect of it makes it kind of weird, but it works in like a. If I was a criminal, I'd be frightened.
The one thing I do think that the remake did so much better is like the control that OCP has over him, and I think that's just a technology thing compared to like now. Because before they really only like sat and like watched him dream, but I do like the dream sequences in the newer one with like Frank Sinatra playing. It's like really cool because that scene is really good. Now I think about it, he's like in his dream, and everything starts like fading out and stuff's not really making sense. And then he's confused, and all of a sudden he's like backing up, and then all of a sudden he's like transforms, and he's just locked into the chair. Really cool, really, really interesting.
Nice, yeah.
But yeah, you can join us for movie news. You can see our other social medias at the top of the description and our other listening platforms. Yeah, let us know what you thought. Let us know what criterions we should do next.
Yeah, we have a list of stuff that we have, so we're good for a couple months. But yeah.
All right. I'd buy that for $1.